Hello, everybody. My God, thank you, The Mandalorian. You have just restored my faith in Star Wars. Okay, look, the most important thing I wanted to make this video immediately. I didn't think I was going to save this episode because my Mandalorian reviews don't always do as well. I just do them because I love to talk about it. But guys, this is important. I'm telling you, if you're at all nervous or you're not looking forward to Rise of Skywalker, save Episode 7. They dropped it early to sort of help promote Rise of Skywalker, but to me, that was a terrible mistake. They should have kept this on Friday so people could have this as a palate cleanser. I implore you. I'm going to talk about the episode. We're going to spoil it. We're going to get to it. Before I get into any of that, I wanted to just give you a non-spoiler heads up. Save this episode. Save Episode 7 and watch it after you settle with Rise of Skywalker. Because look, I want you to enjoy Rise of Skywalker. I hope a lot of you do enjoy Rise of Skywalker. Some of you will, absolutely. Some of you will not. It is going to be a divisive film, as I said. My review, which you'll be able to click at the end if you want to learn more about Rise of Skywalker, go watch it. But the film is far from perfect. The film has a lot of problems. And it gave me I just was so bummed at the end of it personally that I thought, God, am I just over Star Wars? And then Episode 7 of The Mandalorian just brought me way back in. I was like, hells yes. Again, we'll talk about it. We'll talk about it. I don't even want to say anything. Go watch Episode 7 and tell me you're not renewed and saying, okay, yes, please, more of this. It's directed by Deborah Chow. Hello, Star Wars, Kathleen Kennedy, whatever she's doing, lock her up immediately and give her the reins to directing Star Wars. She just has it. Just the pacing, the tone. It's just, she's on it. She gets she's making something. It feels raw, fresh, exciting, thrilling. There are stakes. There are threats. I care. Everything I wish I had felt during Rise of Skywalker, I felt 10 times stronger in this episode of The Mandalorian. It was fantastic. And I know I've been up and down with the season, but this episode, this is I think probably the most important episode they've had yet. It is fantastic, and I don't know why they pushed it early just to promote this movie. Guys, save it. Watch it afterwards if you haven't already watched it. All right, so now, for those who've watched it, let's talk about it. If you haven't watched it, leave. Leave my video. It's fine. Go watch the review. Here, I'll put an e-card up here so you can check it out. I think they're here. I don't know. One of those little eye things. Click it. That'll take you to the review. All right. Now, again, please, if you're like, I'm going to still watch. No, don't spoil this one. Please. It's okay. I don't need your view this time. I'm not about just all the views always. I wanted to actually do a PSA to service. Don't watch it yet. And don't spoil it. Go enjoy this one. This one's crazy. This one's crazy fun. In fact, I'm not even going to spoil it that much. I'm not going to spoil the ending. Because if you watched, you know, and you don't want to. But my God. All right, here we go. My God, guys, that was crazy. That was crazy. All right, here it is. Mandalorian, Episode 7. Whoo! Giancarlo Esposito showing up at the end like a boss. Like a threat. Mando finally cornered. I mean, it was epic. Look, the reason I loved this episode is it brought everyone together finally. And it did it in a way that it felt natural. It felt justified. And it really sort of... yeah, it was just I understand why they've been slow. I don't have a problem with the format of him going to do adventures. My biggest problem was that episode where he met the assassin, the up and coming bounty hunter, that terrible actor, and then they go on the mission. And then the babysitter watching the Yoda. Nothing in that episode was important. Nothing was needed. It was just complete filler. And for season 1 of a show like this, that should have been like season 4 or 5, a mid episode and like a 5th or 6th season. And to front load that in this season was a huge mistake. It was a total off, for me, took things way off kilter. I'm like, whoa, what is going on? And then they rebounded, did that episode with Bill Burr, John Wick in space. And now after that episode, if I ignore the babysitting episode with Amy Sedaris, I like her, but man, I didn't like that episode at all. Now they finally won me over. I'm like, all right, cool. This is what I expected. Now we're in the direction. I was worried that episode. Now I'm on track because this episode showed the Mandalorian being smart. It showed him caring. It showed him having purpose, drive, all the things that I've been wanting to learn, all the things we've been building up and slowly. And then the people he's met, the people that I would trust too, people he's getting a gauge of people, right? And so Gina Carano's character, Nick Nolte's character, I'm forgetting their character name. Sorry, I did this quickly. Both of those characters, fantastic characters. I like them. I like them better than people in Rise of Skywalker. How is the Mandalorian introducing all these side characters that are more Werner Herzog is cooler than any of the villains in Rise of Skywalker? How did that happen? How did that happen where we are creating better sub-characters in a TV series than we are in the biggest franchise ender of all time? I don't understand how Disney missed that. I mean, I do, and we'll talk about it, but this isn't a Rise of Skywalker video. This is a Mandalorian episode. But this episode was just like, it was like the complete yin and yang of Rise of Skywalker. Characters I cared about, supporting, meeting new people, advancing the plot and having real threats, the plot paying off in a way that actually makes me really nervous and worried. I don't know where it's going to go. And I care about these characters. All of those things were in full force in this episode. I loved that scene out of nowhere. Like, there's just a mid scene with those dragons taking everything that was just like out of nowhere. You're like, what? It was awesome. It was shot in the dark so they could sort of get away with that cheaper, smart, but it worked. It made it scarier. And I loved the sort of on the ship as that. I wanted to see more of that team, and now it looks like we won't even see it. But on the ship with Nick Nolte and Gina Carano sort of not trusting each other, and then the robot coming back, I-11 or whatever his name is. It was great. There was a lot of just like, we don't know where it's going to go, and they're subverting your expectations because you expect it to go a certain way or not go a certain way because of the dynamic of this new crew. And we all know those characters, but they don't know each other. And so thrusting them together created a cool, plot point, and it had, each character had their own conflicts. That's where things are great. Whereas in Rise of Skywalker, I'm sorry I keep complaining, Rise of Skywalker, they're just always bickering. Are they friends? Do they like each other? Why do we care about Rilo, Ken? Why do we care about Poe, Finn, and Rey? They're barely together, and when they are, they're sort of bickering, and we love each other, but it's so forced, pun intended. Mandalorian, I just bought it. He's making these missions. These are like loyal warriors who are sort of, they respect each other, and they've come to have that respect to each other, and they have a code, and a moral code that they're going to stand together and fight bad guys and stand up for what's right and help each other. And that's just that loyalty, that feeling is so, it's more relatable, and you care more about these characters than Empire bad, what are they called? The New Order bad. Yes, let's go. Let's just do whatever we have to do. We'll go jump off bridges if we have to because we're so young and dumb. No, this is a more calculated effort to sort of defeat the bad guys, to stand strong, to help each other, and it works so much better in such a smaller scale. It's just shocking, but it shows how a story and the direction can really affect the story. It also shows vision. They've been planting seeds for this sort of reveal clearly since the beginning of the season. All of these moments came together to make this episode stand out and be, I think, one of the strongest episodes they've done. And that cliffhanger, I can't wait. And I wasn't annoyed by the cliffhanger. It was such a shocking cliffhanger that I'm like, oh crap. And there's so much build-up escalation that I was excited. They're like, oh my God, don't just have Baby Yoda force everybody out of there and save the day. No, he's pinned in. Let's make him pinned in. Let's show how, that's how a story goes, right? Story structure. End of the second act, hero has to fall. Hero has to lose it all. Everything's got to beat out, and the hero's then got to rebuild, get back up and redefine himself. That's any hero's journey, every movie you've ever seen. And so this is the end of Act 2. It's now seemingly all lost. They're pinned, yada, yada. I am just enthralled. I'm intrigued. I can't wait. I'm ecstatic to see where it goes next. I'm sure some of you couldn't wait and hold on to this episode. So thankfully we'll have next week. Hopefully we'll be just as strong to whet our palates after Rise of Skywalker when you guys see it. But when you do see Rise of Skywalker, keep as part of the dialogue. Am I crazy, or is Mandalorian now suddenly like, thank God it's hitting its stride. It's had some missteps, but it's hitting its stride just when we need it to be like, no, there is good Star Wars out there. Deborah Chow, what a great director. She's fantastic. Tone, setting it up, building little character moments, all the little things she did. Even that cute little moment with Yoda peeking down and then flying the ship didn't feel cheesy. It felt great. He's a kid. She's just knows how to keep it going. Granted, the script on this one was great, but casting, everything in this episode felt strong, and I gotta give the direction massive props. And this is now episode 2, where I'm wildly impressed by Deborah Chow, Kathleen Kennedy. Come on, you have these people in your wheelhouse, and you're not even noticing it. That's bad leadership. Now, when everyone's telling you, like, oh, yeah, cool, let's get her. You're right. Actually, that was good. Yeah, I guess that was a good. What are you doing? She clearly knows the material. She knows how to direct the material. Give her more work. I guess she is. She's doing Kenobi. Now I'm interested in Kenobi. I wasn't really interested in Kenobi, but knowing that she's leading it, we got Ewan McGregor back in a period that hopefully is going to be interesting. I'm kind of excited for it, surprisingly. But I wish she would take on sort of new, you know what? Let her do whatever she wants to do. Get her, that's the problem with this right now, with movies in general and everything. Give directors who are passionate about a specific area and the time of Star Wars or a character, let them run with what they want to do. Let them have a vision. When directors and writers have vision that they're passionate about, that's when we get really good stuff. When you just hire somebody to sort of, hey, get this done, hurry up. Yeah, we need to do that Kenobi movie because it's been in development. I don't know where it's going to go, but so far, this whole show feels like, well, there were a couple episodes where I'm like, Overall, I got it. So far, there's one more left next Friday. We got to wait till Friday. Overall, there is vision in the show that I'm excited about. It gets me happy again. I have no idea where it's going, and I really applaud Favreau, Filoni, everybody involved in succeeding in this show. Bravo. So, overall, really liked it. Fantastic episode. So many parts there. I cannot wait to see where it goes next week. We have to wait now more than a week because I watched it early. But I saw Rise of Skywalker, so I'm glad. I implore you again, save this one. If you didn't, I guess if you're watching this point, you've already spoiled it. Or you've already seen it. But am I crazy? Tell me down in the comments below. Did you like this one better than Rise of Skywalker? If you saw both, when you do, come back and let me know. This episode, perfect. What I needed. Perfect thing of what I needed. Like, okay, cool. I don't care about that whole movie, but I care about this. I cannot wait to see where it goes. Where are they going to go with season 2? Bring me more. Inject it into my veins. I can't wait. So thank you, Deborah Chow, Favreau, for delivering this Mandalorian episode 7. It is exactly what I needed right now. But sadly, I'll be reporting a lot more on Rise of Skywalker and my feelings on it over the coming days because I know people are going to want to talk about it as you guys see it, just as much as I want to be talking about it in my frustrations. And be sure to tune in Friday night, 9 p.m. for our Rise of Skywalker spoiler Nerd War extravaganza. Lots of special guests. It might go longer. I don't know. I want you guys hopefully see it all Thursday or Friday morning, and then come join us Friday night live as we just let out all of our major grievances, general grievances. They're all going to come out. So join it over there. It should be up here on my Nerd Wars playlist. The link is already up there. You can go set a reminder to make sure you don't miss it. 9 p.m. Friday night, and stay tuned for more episodes. Thanks so much for watching. May the Force be with us. And thank you, Mando!